Hey everyone, hope you all can hear me fine. So in this video, I'm just going to go over how a client went from 300 members all the way to 1400 members using the TAP system. So I made a post about this a few days ago, had a lot of interest from everyone, and I thought it's best to just go live and kind of show you guys what is the TAP system and how does it work. I know I've been going on about the TAP system for quite a few years now. I've had close to nearly 200 odd schools go through the actual program itself. And I've probably consulted over 400 schools already. And alongside, if you count Matt Fides's schools as well. So I look after all of his ads and consult him as well on that. So this video, I wanted to go over literally how you guys, what kind of stuff should you guys be doing? If you're a martial arts school owner, if you're any business, really, to be honest, the same process works. But this has helped me massively to gain a lot of traction with my own business. And of course, with all the clients I've worked with so far. Over the past 4 or 5 years, I have worked with quite a lot of people in the industry. And so today I wanted to literally talk about a case study that I'm really proud of myself. I'm very, very happy for this particular client. Obviously, won't be mentioning their name, but really, I'm going to show you proof as well that this is actually true. And so I'm going to share my screen, and hopefully, you guys can see it all right. If you guys can hear me all right, let me know. Brilliant. Hey, Ian, hope you're doing well. Nice to see you on here. And I'm streaming across a few different places now as well. So if you're in the group, that's awesome. By the way, some of this stuff that I'm going to be sharing, I'm going to go deeper in the group as well, in my Facebook group. If you're not in there, just comment group below and I'll send you the link to join. And of course, I'm going to share my screen now with you guys to go over what exactly has happened and how this particular client has actually grown. So give me a second. So hopefully you guys can see my screen, and I'll probably zoom in as well a bit more. So if you can hear me fine and you can see the screen okay, let me know in the comment section, and I'll check that. I'll check back onto that. So firstly, I'm going to go over how my client's gone from 300 members to 1,400 members using the TAP system. If you want these notes, then at the end, I mean, whenever, if you can comment now if you want. If you comment notes below, then I'll send this across to you. Basically, what it is. I've actually written out what to do with converting offers, what to be doing with how to get high quality leads and conversions, retargeting. So it's quite a lot on here. It's about 12 odd pages. And before we get straight into it, if you need my help, message me. It's not going to be a sales call or anything. We just have a chat. And if you end up getting this document, then you've got this link on here where you can go on this page. You want to see more testimonials, feel free, watch all this stuff. I've got tons of them now, and you can book a free blueprint call with me. Now, let's get straight into this. One thing that I am also very, very proud of, as well as obviously my clients are really happy with, is this statement here. So what is this? So on average, I always get, what kind of results can you expect? Well, if you implement the TAP system properly, you can actually get 70 to 150 members within a 3-month space, which is a lot of money. If each member is worth $1,000 to you, which on average they are, that's about 70 to 150K to your business, which is quite a lot of stuff. Now let's go over some proof stuff, because I know there's a lot of people who are skeptical. I get on a lot of sales calls and stuff, and everyone says, I'm skeptical, I don't believe you. So here's some proof. Always good to start with some proof. The first proof I thought would be good to start off with is something about myself. It was Diwali for me this week. It was a great day, but I also crossed 500,000 in my own business. You can see the majority of it has been over the past 2-3 years. Obviously, my target now is to hit the 1 million mark, but this is something that I'm even using the TAP system for myself. So I wanted to just quickly show you guys. You can see this, the actual date here and everything. If you want me to actually go in and show you my real Stripe, let me know. I'll show it to you. But this is what I wanted to go more in terms of what actually has happened with this particular client. I've had to take his name off just because I don't want everyone badgering him and messaging him. But when he first started, you can see, look, it says 100 and actually, before I keep going, let me just check my comments and see you guys can hear me. Brilliant. Yeah, Ian, you've been part of that as well. So there's more things you can implement nowadays, which is awesome. Yeah, thanks. Getting the notes. If you want the notes, let me know. Just comment notes and I'll send it across to you. So hopefully you guys can still see my screen and everything. So let's go back to this. So going here, you can see here, it's actual screenshots from Messenger itself. You can see 111, actually is less than 300, it's 111 students. You can see like 41 students in 3 days, £1.42. He's doing all these areas, they're all packed across 3 launches, insane results, 328 leads. One of the big things that we talk about in the TAP system is retargeting, which is really, really powerful. Most people don't do this. And this particular client did. And you can see here 1,270 students, 1,300 pushing for 2,000 by next year, which I think he'll cross that within, I think, by January, really, January, February. So I wanted to show you some actual proof so that you guys know that I'm not making this stuff up. Now, what is it? So let's get into the main bit why you guys probably will be watching this video. Marketing, it's one thing with marketing that I've learned is that it's a skill that every business owner should know and should master, because with my first business, the car body shop, I'm so grateful I went through that business, even though it was hard. But I learned so much that in marketing actually highlighted that I actually really love marketing. But without understanding ads, Google ads and Facebook ads, I wouldn't have been able to grow that business where someone actually bought it off me. Marketing really is something that you guys need to, in my opinion, be really good at. The point of marketing is not to just sell straight away, which I see a lot of people doing. When you are approaching marketing, what you want to be doing is show people so much of your results and so much of your educational based marketing is what I call it. Well, not me particularly, I learned it from a mentor, but basically when you do it that particular way, and you're showing people your expertise. Like, for example, me doing this video is marketing in the day. It's me showing my expertise, showing you results. You know, for you, if someone books a call with me, most of the times they already know who I am, what I do, what results I've had. Now, when you're doing this with your school or whichever business, if you're speaking to people that they don't have an idea who you are and they've just randomly seen you, then it's going to be much harder for you to sell to them. Because as I mentioned at the start, people are very skeptical these days. Unfortunately, there's a lot of scammers out there and a lot of marketing agencies that don't do a good enough job. There are some good agencies, don't get me wrong, they're not all bad. But when you learn this, you need to be showing people benefits and showing them reasons as to why they need to come into your dojo. They need to be sold on it already. And then all you have to do is just be good at delivering a class. End of the day, if your product is not good, in the sense of if you have no reviews, if you have no testimonials, if your teachings and your classes are not good, unfortunately the TAP system or any kind of marketing is not going to fix it. So you need to actually get good at what your own art and your own teaching methods. But if you've got a really solid thing, which majority of people have, I always get people always say to me, Swap, can you just get people through my door? And, I'm 80-90% conversion rates. Most of the times when you do it through Facebook and things, you won't get it that high. That's probably referrals that you're on about. But you want to be looking into your metrics as to how much it costs for someone to show up to your door, show how much it costs for you per lead. All these kind of stuff make a big difference. If you're aimlessly just marketing and just hoping that you boost some posts here and there and it will automatically work, and then people will just somehow find you, it's not actually going to be the case. You're just going to lose so much money. I was speaking to someone yesterday who's been boosting randomly for quite a while, and that's over the past 4 or 5 years. If you count that up, that's thousands of pounds that you would have wasted if you're just randomly doing it. So what are the things that you need to be focusing on, and what is it that this particular client that really did well, it did really well with this, is there's only a few things. Is having an offer that your competitors don't have. Now, this is something that I really talk about this a lot in the TAP system, in the coaching program. It's offers, making your thing so much different to someone else down the road. Where if you're marketing currently, and by the way, if you're doing like 1 week free, 2 weeks free, the standard stuff that you see everywhere. Why is someone going to pick you compared to someone else if your offer is exactly the same? And if you don't have things like retargeting or any way to prove that you're good at what you do, why are they going to come to you? They're going to pick someone else, aren't they? So, or they're just going to look at the size of school and that's it. You know, they don't really know who you are. So having an offer is the first entry point to your world. So I always get from people saying to me, Swap, I don't really want to give away and do discounts. Well, you need to think it this way. Every business in the world does discounts on offers. It's the way to get you into their world. And then you obviously show them what your main product is later on down the line and upsell them. Now, that's one big thing I would say. Have an offer that you're, and let me just see, you guys can see my screen and I'm not just randomly talking. Yeah, you guys can. So offers is very, very important. Really, one of the big things I'd say, if you've not dialed in what is it that you're actually giving people and making it different to others, then you'll find it very hard to stand out in your market. Other thing is, once you have your offer, is knowing how to run ads. Ads are the most powerful way, the quickest way for you to get results. I'm doing a lot of organic stuff as well, so which is more in the higher level program that I teach. But running ads is the quickest way. When you can do this properly, you would be running both organic methods and ads. Them both together are like ridiculously powerful. But if you don't know how to go in the ads manager and you don't know how to set up a simple ad, then you're going to be struggling a lot, because since the pandemic and everything, you need to remember that a lot of businesses have come online. A lot of advertising costs have gone up because Facebook has only so much space that you can advertise on. There's a reason why you're seeing reels, stories, all ads coming on, that kind of thing, is that Facebook is trying to make more spaces and things. So having high converting, being able to write high converting ads and knowing what stuff to press in the back is not as difficult as you think. Majority of people who actually come through the TAP system are not tech savvy at all. They actually manage to learn it very quickly, and then once you see it working, you just naturally get addicted to this anyway, because it becomes fun. It's when you've seen people where you just launch an ad and you actually see people turning up to Dojo and these people are signing up, it just becomes a proper system that's working for you. Now, this is where I believe everything's moving towards, and if you're not doing this bit, you're missing out a lot. Retargeting. Retargeting is, if you've never heard of it, is basically a way to, if someone showed an interest on your website or your pages or your ad, showing up again in front of them, but not being in a spammy way, showing them content, showing them testimonials, being like consistently in front of them. For example, if you've been on my website, if you've been particularly on any of my ads, it's very likely now you're going to be seeing me everywhere on the internet, because I've set up a lot of retargeting ads. You will find that when you do retargeting really well, is that it's firstly really cheap. Secondly, like if I show you, well, I can't really on this, but if for me to have gone past 500,000 really in revenue, I would, retargeting was probably a massive part of it. But I only spent like 6-7K really on retargeting to get that much back. So if you look at it in that way, obviously as a martial arts school owner or a small business owner, you won't need to be spending that much amount of money. But I'm just giving you some ideas as to what is possible. But if you're not doing this kind of thing where you are showing up in front of people consistently, then people will forget you and they will go down to someone else, because everyone nowadays, even with the recession, everything here, if you're thinking that people are retracted and they're not actually going to be spending money, then unfortunately it's not true. What's going to happen is your competitors are going to stop their advertising, so it actually opens up a lot more of your market. So having ads going right now is a great time. So if you're not doing it, I would highly recommend that you do. And then look into retargeting. Retargeting is really powerful. Another way to look at retargeting is this. In sales, they always say you need like 7 to 11 touch points before someone buys. If you've heard that, let me know in the comments. Just say yes or something. In the social media world, it's close to like 30. People need to have seen you a lot more times. We live in a world of short attention spans. TikTok, why is that so massive? Is because these are shorter videos. People love short content nowadays. But if you're showing up with shorter videos and you're consistently coming in front of people, um, explaining as to why you do what you do and how you're good at it, then eventually they'll start warming up to you. And then when they come down on your sales and when you speak to them, it's a much higher chance that you're going to get them to sign up. So definitely look into this if you haven't done. And this last one, the fourth one, content marketing, very underused. What is this I'm doing right now is content marketing. You're basically, if you're not showing up on your pages, which majority of people are not, because I've seen hundreds of schools pages, majority of people are doing just photographs. That's it, and a few little lines. Have a think about how can you show up in front of your audience with actual real value content. Big example with this would be talk about life skills, on how life skills can actually help children. Martial arts helped me massively when I was growing up. Main reason why I'm in this industry. But if you're not showing up consistently and doing live videos, you don't have to do live if you don't like live, but if you're doing videos in the sense of saying, hey, these are the reasons why martial arts is great, or if you're in a different fitness thing, then talk about that. What are the benefits? You need to be highlighting it. Content marketing is huge. It's the content marketing, the way you want to look at it, is actually a way for you to tackle objections, to show people that you know what you're talking about. For me, like particularly like when you start looking at my other videos, you'll see that I'll show a lot of ad stuff. I show emails. I show things that are currently working. And I'm going to actually go into like the tap system a little bit with you guys so that you can understand what is this process. But I wanted to just cover these points, because if you're not doing any of these properly, or you're not doing a single one, then you're going to find it very hard to stand out, especially next year, because things are going to get tough. And if you're not highlighting why your school is great at building character, building life skills for children, or even adults, then you're going to struggle quite a bit. Now, here is obviously, these are the notes that you'll get. I've written, converting offers. I need to add a few more bits on here, but if you want this particular one, then comment notes below and I will reach out to you, and I'll ask you a few questions, maybe just to see if I can help you as well. But I will give you this document so that you can read through it and understand like how retargeting works. If you're using Google AdWords or Facebook ads, there's content marketing stuff on here where let's cover some of these things. Questions, tips, stories, images. These are all so powerful if you're done right. So definitely use this thing that I'm sharing with you. There's a lot of people that ask for these free resources, but they never implement it. So these are actual practical things that you can be doing. So make sure you do it. And if you did just want to like skip all that, you can just click on that link and schedule a call with me. So let's talk about the TAP system particularly. What is the TAP system? It's basically a 7-step process. This is exactly what everyone goes through. And one of the first things that we talk about, really, that everyone has found massive gains with, is customer research. If you find that your ads are inconsistent, if you find that you're randomly doing things and it works one time and doesn't work the other time, this step is essential. Knowing exactly what the needs, fears, and wants and goals are for your audience. What is it in your particular area? Why do parents actually want to come and train with you? Or what has been the main thing that has stood out for them? So this is huge. Make sure you do customer research. After that, you go into the ad, because setting up the ad is easy once you know it. It's just a few buttons that you click. But this first thing, I can't highlight how important it is, because this is where you'll know exactly what kind of content to do for your pages, what to do on your ads. And if you've not done this in a while, I imagine some people have been through the TAP system who are probably watching this. I would recommend you guys to do a customer research again. I always say do it every 6 months. Now, setting up the ad is it's quite simple then, because we in the Tap system we give you a formula to write the ads, which makes it very easy. But you want to highlight the pain points, talk about the offer, give them actual good stuff on the ad. We call them like educational based ads. Our ads are quite long, and they actually, people prefer them these days. So definitely look into how you can write more powerful ads. The steps that I went over in the note in that document will help you definitely. Then after that, targeting and all this stuff, people, I do get a lot of people message me and say, what special buttons do I need to click in the back end of Facebook? And there isn't any really, to be honest. We keep it quite broad. Your actual ad copy is what does the actual, what do you call it, the targeting for you. You'd be surprised how much Facebook looks at the ad copy that you write, and it finds people for you. It's end of the day, it's more of an interest for Facebook to actually give you really good leads, because it means that you'll spend more money with them. Something that I like to talk about as well is split testing. It's a marketing term, but testing images, very, very important. If you're not doing that, make sure you do that, because you can actually reduce your cost per lead by half sometimes, or even more, if you know exactly what kind of images to do. Retargeting, I've already spoke about that, really important to have. Then, of course, some kind of mechanism, a landing page, lead forms, messenger, whatever you're using, get away for getting people's details. And then, of course, you need to have like notifications. How do you get text messages going? This is what you saw in the screenshot. Retargeting, really, really important steps. And then, of course, you have like emails. All this stuff has a really, how the best way to describe it, has a massive impact on the way you do things. Because the last person that's been through my program literally said he's brought in 4 to 5 hours back a day, because he's manually doing all this stuff. If you're spending like 4 to 5 hours doing all these things that can be automated, then you're wasting a lot of valuable time. In our lives, we don't have that much time, in my opinion. You want to save it as much as possible. Why? It's easier to just go and find, if it's not me, just go and find someone else, a consultant, someone that can help you. Just speed up the gap. I mean, not speed up the gap. Does that actually like make it shorter? So you want to, if you can get there quicker, why wouldn't you want to do that? So anyway, in this video, I wanted to literally just show you what is possible. What is the kind of stuff that has been done by a lot of my clients, is having a process, having a system that actually works when you're not saving you time. So I spoke to someone else the other day, said he spent half the day going out giving leaflets. Now, that is not a good use of time. You could literally have something like this that is running 24/7 for you, that is doing the work for you. So have a think about these things. Very, very important to have in your business, especially if you have a martial arts school. This works really, really well. It actually works for pretty much any business. These particular steps are done in a particular manner, and if you wanted to get consistency, I would say make sure you do a customer research. If you're not doing that, you're missing out a lot of money on the table. Brings a lot of consistency to your marketing. So hopefully you found this useful. I mean, like, what is it that this particular client did? Was implement this. He has an email system, a text system now. He has the Facebook ad. I believe the ad has been running for quite a while as well. I mean, he's tested a lot of things. Images have played a critical part in this. If you just launched an ad here and there, and you've just seen, if you're not testing things, you're going to miss out a lot. But once you find a formula, it just works. There's another client of mine who's been running the same ad for nearly 2 years, and has been getting him consistent members every single month. That is a bit of a unicorn, to be honest, but it can happen. It's happened with quite a few people. Is if your ad is on point, talks about the pain points, talks about exactly why people need your service, educates people, then it's going to have a massive impact in your area, in your community. One thing I also want to highlight, I'm going to come back to myself here, just see if you guys can still see me all right. By the way, guys, can you hear this all right? I'm hoping this is helpful. I think that little banner thing was at the bottom. Should have took that off. But yeah, having something like this is going to help you massively. You need to have some kind of way of getting people to raise their hands and say they're interested Follow up is very, very important. This is where you will find that it will make or break. Yeah, there's a lot of people that I've spoke to that can get leads, but they don't. Their holes are, they've got a lot of leaky holes in their bucket, in the sense of people will come through. They don't have retargeting to show up in front of them. They don't have text, emails to keep consistently coming in front of, like, showing them that they're the expert in the area. So have things like this in place, and you will make a lot of parents happy, because you're giving them good service of your, it's all about giving value, end of the day. So anyway, let me know if you've found this useful. If you want the notes, just comment notes below and I'll send it across to you, and I will catch you all soon. Take care.